No, I'm good. It's fine.
You had enough?
$12.85 in the hotel for my coffee this morning. $12.85.
This is about what that was.
All right, what do you guys got?
Coach, I'll start you with this one. Dave Tolson.
Uh-huh.
How special has it been to have a former NFL guy play? And I'm sure you coached him with the Giants, right?
Yeah, so Dave was at the Giants and was leaving as I was coming in. And in just a weird confluence of events, Mike Waffle, so my agent's Trace Armstrong. Trace always says the best D-line coach, or one of the best D-line coaches he ever played for, was Mike Waffle. Waffle was at the Giants before I got there. But I tried to hire Waff in the NFL. He's a tremendous technician, and so we've always stayed in touch. I wasn't able to hire him. He had some family things. But so in the middle of the year, as we were struggling, he hit me up. He said, hey, let me know. I'll come in clinic on some just body mechanics and D-line stuff. We brought him in. In fact, Terry Braden was in the room when he was there that first Monday, the day that I let Coach Butler go. And then the next day we let Terry go. And Dave just texted me like, hey, can I come over since Waff is there? And then when I was kind of all of a sudden didn't have him, I asked, Dave just kind of came over and spent a couple days with us, and then we were able to hire him in kind of a temp role right now to help us through this time. I think he's a great technician. He knows D-line play at the highest level. He's coached it. And, he's helped Phil Simpson and myself. And then, it's allowed me to kind of go back and forth between the tackles. And today I went with the ends a little bit. So having Dave here is, I know, a special treat for our D lineman, a guy that, he played 8 years in the NFL. He only started one game. That to me that thing will probably come down.
Feels like Penn State all over.
That's right. But yeah, just a special experience to have a guy like who's played at that level. And I said, to play 8 years, start one game, means you know what you're doing, you know how to play hard. But it's, to me, a lot of it with our guys has just been their technique and their thought process, and he's done a great job helping that.
And he wears cowboy boots, too.
Yeah, when we were able to hire him, I said, you can't wear a hat in the building. We don't wear hats in the building. I said, but I insisted you continue to wear jeans and cowboy boots. You can wear a Husker shirt, but you got to be you.
That's great. How's the setup out here for you?
This is elite. I mean, this is just the having the W Hotel and the convention center, the size of the meeting rooms, the meal space, and then obviously being at Gorman here. I mean, what a beautiful place! Like, this weight room is unbelievable. Our guys are getting ready to lift right now. That's why they're so loud. The bus trip is easy. So it's been really, really first class. Some amazing experiences. We were all there last night. Taking those three guys, and I know there's a bunch of different things every single day. So, but in terms of being able to practice and work, it's been really, really, really fantastic.
What was the reception like last night? Just the coach's dinner, the stuff at the Bellagio?
Yeah, the coach's dinner was lovely. Just to have a chance, to go to Bellagio, see the fountains. I'm not one of those people who takes videos of things like for memories and stuff. And even I had to take a video of those fountains. It was beautiful. But to have a chance to be with the Utah coaches, the Utah AD, Mark Harlan, a great friend of mine. He was the AD at USF when Troy was the AD at Tulane, and I was at Temple. So we all go way, way back. His wife Carolyn, just Julie, Amy, Dan, just kind of bunch of old American Conference people all together. And, obviously Coach Scally, there's been quite a change in his life, but to have a chance to visit with him a little bit and their staff and some of those guys I know, so really cool.
TJ said yesterday that this year still gave a message for the team just how focused this week on how we just like seeing the senior group making sure the football still.
I think, like we let everyone go home for 4 days, and, guys flew on Christmas to get here. Everyone was here on time. Even some guys, maybe a flight gets canceled or delayed, they all found a way to get here. And, the minute we landed and didn't go to the hotel. We came directly here for the guys that were flying in on the team plane from Lincoln. Came right to practice, sort of set the tone that, hey, we're here to play football. All the other stuff is great, but we're here to play a football game. And I thought Sierra asking me if he could talk to the team was great. And all he just simply said was, obviously we've been through a lot this year. We've had some great highs, we've had some low lows, but we do have a chance to, go out and play a top-ranked team and what an experience it is and play one more game together. So I thought his call to the guys to have fun but to focus was great, and I think the guys have all focused at a high level. Yeah, I think TJ is going to play great. It's been good for Jalen and Marcos to get a bunch of reps early, and then TJ took, he would take reps that didn't require him moving, But I always think there's something really cool about, like, when you're the starter and you're not getting reps because of an injury, which you don't love, but just the paying attention to things you have to notice. I think it really accelerates your development and your learning, and I think he's learned from that, and I think he's, he looks good out there at practice, so I'm excited for him to play.
Would you characterize him as full go?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, like even yesterday, I got a couple rep caps on him. Like, hey, we're going to take no more than 300. And then today, he just took every rep. So he's we've been cautious with him because obviously we have a game. We want to get him to the game. But he looks fast. He looks like he can run the football. I think the entire offense is up with him, and we'll run him. We'll move him around, and we'll play.
Hey, Matt, what all high school recruits made it into bowl practice for you? I got a line last year. I think the season said 5 or 6. Do you know the names of the guys?
Yeah. So Larry, Miles, and Claude, they were in last weekend, but they're not here for this in Puma. But I don't want to forget anybody. Like Luke Sorensen's out there taking reps. Jamal Rhule's out there taking reps. Rex is out there. Boy, I'm going to do a bad job here. Jamal Nalen's out there. Oh man, I hate to. Yes, he's out there kicking. So we've got those guys. I think maybe. Okay, so.
Hey, man, the guys who have announced their intention publicly in terms of entering the portal, and the guys still on the squad, is that unique, or was that a discussion you had to have? Because some schools might take a different approach.
Yeah, I think there was a couple guys early on that just kind of. We're already maybe calling other schools and stuff like that, and we've just said, hey guys, let's all be adults about this, right? If the best thing for you to get on the field is to go somewhere else, we understand that. I just told everybody, come have a conversation with me. Some guys said, hey coach, I think it's best for me to go and start looking for schools now, even though the portal's not open, which I understand. First I was like, hey, if you don't announce it, I don't want any distractions, but Tristan Alvano, Maverick Noonan, Marcos Davila, they deserve to have their name out there so they can start finding the place that they want to go. And at the same time, man, they're great Huskers. They just want to find a place where they can maybe get on the field more. And but they love this school and they love their teammates and they want to finish it the right way. And I really respect that. So I encourage it. I don't know how to handle all the portal stuff all the time. I have to adjust. Even with Tristan at first, I was like, hey, don't announce it. And then once I talked to Maverick and I was like, hey, Tristan, go ahead and get it out there, man. I want you to find the best place. And we're calling schools for these guys. We're talking to coaches. I can't say enough about the character of those players. And so we want to make sure that we help them as best we can. Yeah, I think Justin's definitely a player who's waited his turn and he's ready to go. I think you'll see him play in this game. It's pretty cool for him to come back home. I'm excited to see what he does in the game, and I have a lot of confidence in him. So this has to be a very cool experience to come back here and to be at Gorman. And so, yeah, I'm really excited for him.
With those high school guys coming in, did you kind of message them just how to handle these first practices or anything like that?
Not too much. No, I just kind of trust the guys to handle it. I was sitting there today in special teams talking to Nalen and Jamal, and I was like, I know the feeling. You're kind of out here is this what college football is like? I said just a year ago we were at Fordham and TJ was throwing his first couple passes, and here he is a year later and he's starting for us. So, just encouraging them to, hey, find the guys at your position. Watch Danke, watch the guys that are real pros, how they take care of their body, how they study, how they prepare. And this is a great head start for them. So, just our whole team is real simple. We want them to be a pro while they're here, to be on time. To practice and play as hard as they can, and when the time comes to go have fun, but don't let anything get in the way of football. So that's true for our staff, all the way down through our players, and so far our guys have done a great job.
Matt, to clarify on Dave, will he be with you the rest of the way, or is this just a temporary?
Yeah, he's helping us out through this bowl game, and then we'll maybe talk about it afterwards. I know he's got a family and he's got three boys who wrestle, so this was just kind of an organic thing. It's just sort of like I said, he was in the building, and we started talking, and he started watching the tape with me, and we were going back through some technical things, and it just was like, hey, let's do this. So he's doing it for now, and then we'll see what happens. Afterwards we'll discuss it.
What's the TJ Lateef leadership picture look like? How does he go about leading? Is there anything that stands out to you?
Yeah, just being himself and just being one of the guys. I think at the end of the day, you're always looking for a quarterback who has it. And Steve Adazio used to say to me, you can't even describe what it is, but you know it when you see it. And, I want TJ to go out there and play with joy, practice and prepare, be coachable. I think, even in the Penn State game, the game didn't go our way. Out there with that crowd, that noise, that duress, and, every snap, every motion, silent cadence, he was getting guys lined up. I just think the guys, he doesn't have to be the guy being the spokesperson giving a bunch of speeches. He just has to do his job at a high level and prepare, and then coach the guys in terms of like, hey, be here, do this, and he's doing it at a really high level right now.
When this month started, did you figure he'd be full go at this point? Did you know what you were trying to get in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, I've learned over the years I can't control things I can't control. So, we gave Jalen and Marcos a bunch of reps. Dr. Tao, Dr. Mathiasen, they told me that they felt like he'd be ready by the bowl game. So my thing was, hey guys, we did 2 game weeks. Get him to the first game week, give him limited reps here. Get him to this game week, give him full reps, and the plans worked. TJ told me very early on, he's like, I'll be full go. So, but if Jalen goes in the game, I expect Jalen to play great. And so I think everyone on this team loves Jalen Gramstad. If he goes out there, they'll be ready to go. But TJ told me he'd be ready, and he looks great.
What are your thoughts on Whittingham joining the Big Ten and just following that from afar? How quickly did that all play out? I mean, he got to Vegas and talked to his team, and all of a sudden he's the coach of Michigan.
Yeah, I was kind of hearing some rumors that he might get that job a couple maybe about a week ago, kind of before it popped. And so, I know obviously when he announced it was his last game, I was like, great, like one more thing for Utah to be fired up about. But now it's Coach Scalley's first game, right? So I mean, they're a great football team. I know they'll be excited, and I've never met Kyle Whittingham, but just maybe we both at Under Armour. Let's see him every now and then, here and there. I don't know him well. I was looking forward to seeing him. He's done such a great job, but now he'll be at Michigan, and he'll be a great fit, I'm sure.
Is Kyle Knox still good to go to be right guard heading into the game?
Yep.
Like he had a cast on.
Yeah, he broke something on his hand last week, but he's fine. Yeah, I mean, he's a tough guy. Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, obviously, our offensive line. There's a lot of guys injured. We're in terms of numbers depleted, but it's been a great opportunity for some young guys to get a lot more reps, and I think you see them really stepping up and playing well. I think the guys have responded really well to Jeep. He obviously there's some things that he can't implement yet that he'll implement in the off season, but for the most part, I think it's gone really well, and I think they've responded well to him.
Hey, Matt, on the portal, do you anticipate visitors everywhere beyond campuses January 2nd, like right away, or will it take a day or two for the visits to not happen?
Yeah, they have to go in the portal first before you can contact them. Schools, when if someone calls in the second, a school can wait 48 hours to put them in. So, some guys might go in the portal, but their name might not be in for however many days. And so, I think you'll probably start seeing people all across the country going on visits, maybe the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th. I think if a guy's on a visit on the 2nd, it was probably pretty prearranged in a time where you weren't supposed to be able to do it. So it'll be interesting to see. But, I think we all understand kind of what's happening in sports right now. So.